Yeah, I think Shirts talked about that kind of stretch from, when they scored that 7-0 to when we got up big. It's kind of the standard of, championship basketball that we want to play. It shows how good we can be if we're able to sustain that for, as much of the game as possible. And so I think it's just a glimpse of, what we can be when we're, clicking on all things.
Amari, you guys are showing that you have like a really big burst in you, it seems like, every game. And again, you guys had it tonight against, a better opponent probably. Did you guys feel like that's something that's always coming now? Are you starting to think that you guys can really get that giant burst like you had?
Yeah, I definitely feel like, we just got to be patient. It's a game of runs. So, no matter, how the beginning of the game starts, whether, we're turning the ball over, which is not ideal, but, we just know it's a long game. We just got to compete and, stay present throughout the game.
It looked at some points there like you were going to do this yourself. You take the ball up court and just keep on going. What was your feeling? How were you feeling out there tonight?
Honestly, I feel good. I just try to do, anything to help my team win. We came to the huddle. My coaches told me I got to rebound more, I got to help more. So, that's what I did. Picked up a couple late rebounds that was needed. So, yeah, that was the mindset to go for the game.
Mr. 20 ball. That's tough.
Stop it.
That's tough.
Robbie, in Dion's absence, just talk about his rebounding effort at 6'3", at 15, and I mean, he was flying in there.
It's huge. It's a big thing for us. Obviously he gets it both defensively and offensively. What do you have? 5 offensive rebounds. I remember he had the one and two in one possession, and so he just brings a lot to the team. Like he says, he's just a do-it-all kind of guy. Whatever it takes kind of guy, and so he's a big part of our team, and he's a big reason why we're winning.
How does he do that?
Just willpower. I mean, that man came in the locker room and did a backflip just out of nowhere. You think after all that, you think he'd be tired, but no, he's not. So he's just, I'm dead serious. He came in the locker room, did a backflip, and then sat down in his chair. So, that's the kind of guy he is. Just makes miracles happen.
Have you seen him do that before?
No, I'm saying it was just random. Just came in there, we got the music rolling, and then he just does a backflip and acts like it's nothing. And I guess it was.
I mean, like a front flip, standing up and
backflip.
A backflip.
Backflip. Just went there, jumped backwards, and did a flip in the air. I don't know how to explain it any better.
I think we're just trying to grasp the concept.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Throws us all off.
Like there wasn't. Was there a problem early that there weren't a lot of lanes? It was more difficult getting to the basket. You guys kind of had to wait that out a little bit. Seemed like that didn't open up until.
Not necessarily, like I said earlier, just being patient. I just took what they gave me, and, just trying to win. I feel like, towards the second half, a lot of lanes started to open. So, I just honestly just took what they gave me.
You guys haven't had a whole lot of challenges or adversity in the first 3 games. Did you feel like you had more challenges, more adversity to deal with tonight?
I think today was a step up in competition, but I think we handled that pretty well. I think it's all about preparation for every game, and I think that's what we've been doing very well in practice and trying to prepare our best for every game. And so we're going to go ahead and learn from this and continue to do the same thing that's been helping us win, and that's getting back to work and practice.
The fouls, do you feel like the fouls, either of you, are still an issue? I know Coach talked about it a lot. You guys had the first 7 tonight, how you felt about that, but then you end up with 22. Is that still an issue that Coach is harping on a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. I think the biggest thing is the unnecessary fouls, the ones that are, in the backcourt where we're pressing and we're just, hand checking a guy, those kind of fouls, or, we're grabbing a guy on a down screen. And so, just those unnecessary ones that, don't even affect the play. I think that's the biggest thing. The fouls that are, contest at the rim and stuff like that, obviously, it just happens in the game. It's a physical game. But I think just, cleaning up those ticky-tack fouls like that. And I think we've gotten a couple, offensive fouls in all our games. And so just trying to clean up those things.
Turnovers still seem to be an issue. We got 18.
I had 4 of them. Not good. No bueno.
The problem continues. Any thoughts or steps to take us to reduce that number?
Got Amari.
Honestly, just making the simple plays. He harping on that, every day in practice, in games, even, we just got to take our time, make the simple plays. Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like as you guys were building the momentum and you were running a lot, that there were some people got maybe a little carried away and tried to force some passes that weren't necessarily there. You tried to throw a bounce pass, but there were other ones too.
Yeah, the bounce one, I thought I seen it, but you know, it closed real quick, and you know, as soon as I threw it, it bounced off his foot. I tried not to look over there, but you know, he's yelling my name, so yeah, I know it's coming.
And a very nice toss by Ishan for Paul to slam home. That
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
an impressive looking play.
Anything else for the players? Good.
Thank you.
Good.
Can I
Okay.
keep the hat, DK?
Yeah.
All right, bet.